Look around you. Open Instagram. Turn on a music video. Watch a popular television series. Look at advertisements for perfume, cars, clothes, fitness products, restaurants, or even mobile applications. You will notice the same pattern again and again. The human body is everywhere. Desire is everywhere. Sexual suggestion is everywhere. And this is not an accident. Today, pornography is no longer limited to adult websites. It has entered advertising, cinema, social media, music, fashion, entertainment, and celebrity culture. It may not always show explicit sex, but it often uses the same psychological mechanism. It captures your attention through sexual desire. And once it captures your attention, it can sell you almost anything. This video is not about morality. It is not about saying that sex is evil. Sex is natural. Beauty is natural. Attraction is natural. The real question is this: why is modern media constantly using these natural instincts against you? And how can you free your mind from one of the biggest drainers of your energy? To understand this, we first need to understand what pornography really is. Most people define pornography as explicit sexual content, but this definition is too narrow. Pornography can also be understood as the commercial use of sexual stimulation. It is content designed mainly to create desire, hold attention, and encourage continued consumption. Sometimes it appears on a pornographic website. Sometimes it appears in a movie scene that adds almost nothing to the story. Sometimes it appears in a music video where the song is almost secondary to the bodies on the screen. Sometimes it appears in an advertisement where an attractive man or woman is used to sell a completely unrelated product. And sometimes it appears on social media through endless images designed to provoke curiosity, fantasy, comparison, and desire. The form changes, the intensity changes, but the principle remains the same. Capture the eyes, stimulate desire. Keep the person watching, then turn that attention into money. Modern media understands something very old about the human brain. Human beings are naturally sensitive to sexual signals. For our ancestors, attraction was connected to reproduction, family, social status, and survival. The brain learned to notice signs of beauty, youth, health, movement, and physical attraction. These responses were useful in the natural world. But the modern world is no longer natural. Your ancestors may have seen a limited number of possible partners during their entire lives. You can now see hundreds of attractive faces and bodies in a few minutes. Your brain has not evolved to understand this difference. It still reacts, it still pays attention, it still interprets these images as important. But what feels biologically important may be commercially manufactured. The person on the screen does not know you. The image does not offer real intimacy. The advertisement does not care about your happiness. The algorithm only knows that you stopped scrolling, and that pause has value. Because in the attention economy, every second of your focus can be sold. This is why so much modern media appears pornographic even when it is not officially called pornography. It uses sexual energy as fuel. It turns attraction into clicks. It turns curiosity into screen time. It turns screen time into profit. The product may be a movie, a music album, a perfume, a subscription, a clothing brand, a social media account. But behind many of these products is the same hidden transaction. You give them your attention. They give you stimulation. The problem is that attention is not free. Every time you give your attention to something, you take it away from something else. You cannot give deep attention to your work while your mind is chasing images. You cannot build concentration while training yourself to seek constant novelty. You cannot develop inner peace while repeatedly feeding restlessness. You cannot become mentally strong if your mind immediately follows every desire placed in front of it. This is why porn drains more than time. It drains direction. It divides the mind. It creates a habit of looking outward for stimulation. A person becomes bored more easily. Silence feels empty. Ordinary life seems less exciting. Real relationships may appear slower. Work may feel more difficult. Reading may feel less stimulating. The mind begins to prefer quick reward over long effort. This does not happen because the person is weak. It happens because the brain learns through repetition. Whatever you repeatedly do, you become better at doing. If you repeatedly focus deeply, you become better at concentration. If you repeatedly resist distraction, you become better at self-control. But if you repeatedly seek instant stimulation, you become better at seeking instant stimulation. Your attention is being trained every day. The only question is, who is training it? You or the media? This is the deeper danger. A person may believe that he is freely choosing what to watch, but many of his choices have already been prepared for him. The thumbnail was designed to provoke him. The scene was designed to hold him. The algorithm studied his reactions. The next video was selected according to his previous behavior. He feels that he is consuming content, but in reality, the content is also studying and shaping him. It learns what he cannot resist. Then it gives him more of it. This is why freedom is not simply having access to everything. Freedom is being able to say no to what weakens you. A person with no control over his attention is not truly free. He may have hundreds of entertainment choices, but if he cannot stop scrolling, cannot stop watching, and cannot redirect his mind, then those choices have become a prison. The prison is comfortable. It is colorful, it is pleasurable, but it is still a prison. Pornography also changes how people see one another. When the mind is repeatedly trained to look at bodies as sources of stimulation, it can become harder to see the complete human being. A person becomes an image. A body becomes a product. Beauty becomes something to consume. Real intimacy becomes confused with visual excitement. But a real relationship is not built from endless stimulation. It is built from trust, conversation, patience, vulnerability, shared experience, respect, and the ability to see another person as more than a body. Modern media rarely profits from patience. It profits from urgency. It wants you to click now, watch now, desire now, buy now. This is why it constantly exaggerates everything. Bodies become more perfect. Scenes become more provocative. Images become more extreme. Because ordinary stimulation loses its power over time. The media must always offer something newer, something stronger, something more shocking, and the viewer becomes trapped in an endless search for the next image. But desire is never finally satisfied by endless consumption. It becomes larger. The more it is fed, the more it demands. This is one of the oldest human lessons. Pleasure is not the same as fulfillment. Stimulation is not the same as happiness. Attention is not the same as meaning. You can spend hours watching something and still feel empty afterward. Why? Because the mind was active, but the person did not grow. Nothing was created, nothing was built, nothing meaningful was experienced. The energy moved, but it moved in circles. This is why porn can feel like a major drainer of energy. Not because every image physically removes strength from the body, but because attention, motivation, and desire are being spent without direction. The mind becomes excited but not fulfilled, stimulated but not satisfied, busy but not productive. And afterward, many people feel tired, distracted, or disappointed in themselves. They gave away something valuable and received almost nothing lasting in return. So how do you free your mind? The first step is awareness. Begin to notice how sexual stimulation is used around you. Do not only look at explicit content. Look at advertising, music, movies, social media. Notice when sexuality is being used to capture your attention, even when it has nothing to do with the actual product. Once you see the mechanism, it becomes less powerful. You stop seeing only the image. You begin to see the strategy behind the image. The second step is to reduce easy access. Do not depend only on willpower. Unfollow accounts that constantly provoke you. Remove applications that create compulsive scrolling. Avoid taking your phone into bed. Do not stay alone with endless media when you already feel bored, stressed, or emotionally weak. Your environment shapes your behavior. Make good decisions easier. Make bad decisions more difficult. The third step is to replace stimulation with purpose. You cannot simply remove a habit and leave an empty space. The mind will return to what it knows. Replace consumption with action, exercise, read, learn a language, build something, create music, write, walk outside, speak to real people, develop a skill. The goal is not to become a person without desire. The goal is to become a person who can direct desire. Energy itself is not the enemy. Sexual energy can become creativity, confidence, ambition, discipline, and connection, but only when it is guided. An uncontrolled river destroys. A controlled river produces power. The same energy that keeps you scrolling can also push you to improve your body, your career, your art, and your relationships. The fourth step is to accept boredom. This is very important. When you reduce intense stimulation, ordinary life may initially feel quiet. Do not escape from that feeling immediately. Boredom is not always a problem. Sometimes boredom is the doorway to deeper thought. Creativity often begins when stimulation ends. A mind that is never bored is also a mind that is never forced to create its own direction. Sit with silence. Let the nervous system calm down. Let ordinary life become visible again. The fifth step is to remember the value of your attention. Your attention is not just something you possess. Your attention becomes your life. What you repeatedly watch becomes part of your imagination. What you repeatedly imagine influences what you desire. What you repeatedly desire influences what you pursue. And what you pursue eventually shapes who you become. So guard your attention carefully, not from fear, from respect. Respect for your time, respect for your future, respect for your mind. Most modern media is not porn because it always shows explicit sex. It is porn because it often treats desire as a tool and attention as a product. It takes something natural inside you and turns it into a commercial weapon. But the weapon only works when you remain unconscious of it. Once you understand it, you can begin to take your mind back. You do not need to hate beauty. You do not need to fear sexuality. You only need to stop allowing every image to command you. The strongest person is not the one who feels no desire. It is the one who feels desire and still chooses where to place his attention. That is freedom. The freedom to look away. The freedom to say no. The freedom to use your energy for something that actually builds your life. Because in the end, the biggest drainer of your energy is not sex itself. It is unconscious desire. It is endless stimulation without purpose. It is attention spent on things that give nothing valuable back. Free your attention, and you begin to free your mind. Free your mind, and you begin to recover your energy. And when you recover your energy, you can finally invest it in becoming the person you were capable of becoming.